What's up, y'all? Been a minute since I've done any kind of sewing content, so just so happens that I have a pair of Carhartt flannel lined jeans that I need to hem because I started a new job and I'm outside a lot doing groundskeeper type work and it's cold. So I wanted something flannel lined, but these are too long. So what I want to do is I'm just going to flip them up about an inch. This material is pretty sturdy. So I'm just going to use some clips to go through and clip it to where it stays in place. Not really measuring it because I just folded it over, and as long as that's level, I'm okay with it. And so I haven't used my machine in a really long time. Matter of fact, I haven't used it since we moved. This is the first time I've had it on. So just got everything turned on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this the same color thread that's on here. It's a thread forward, like heavyweight cotton and denim. Going to thread a bobbin, excuse me, going to thread a bobbin, put that on here. You don't need to see me do that. There's 100 other videos I'm showing you how to do a bobbin, thread, a spool. I've done one if you search back up a little bit. So we're going to get this done and we'll come back and show you how we're going to do this. I'm really curious to see how this machine, so this is a Brother Strong and Tough ST 150 HDH. Really curious how it's going to handle going around, especially on the seam where it's going to be kind of doubled up. I'm curious to see how well it's going to handle that, but I've got some, where are they? But I've got some heavyweight denim needles that go with this machine. So in theory, it should be just fine. Let's find out. Now I am really glad that this machine has the diagram on here. It has been so long since I've done anything sewing related that I kind of forgot how to thread the bobbin to start. got it all threaded. This thing has an automatic threader on it, but I have not used it in so long, and the last few times I tried to use it, it honestly took me longer to use to get the automatic threader to work correctly than just to thread the needle. So I just threaded the needle. It's all right. So I'm gonna double check all of my stitching here. Got it set on the right single stitch because I don't need anything crazy. Just gonna start it, back stitch it, and go all the way around. I am going to take the foot off. I think that's what this thing's called. And I'm going to grab just a spare piece to make sure that all this is set up correctly. Alright. Stitches look good. Here we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow on my little measuring foot thing here. I used to know the name of it, but I haven't done anything so early in a while, so my brain's kind of foggy. I'm gonna follow the 5/8 inch seam allowance. There it was, just all the way around. So. Back stitch. All right, now here's the part I was wondering how this was going to handle it. It honestly, it needed a little help just because that material's so thick right there, but it had no problem whatsoever. That's pretty awesome. One more time. no problem. And there you go. That's my new seam. That's the seam on the original. Obviously mine looks a little bit different. The thread's gonna be a different color and it's not worn in. I bought these used. I bought them off Poshmark. Honestly, other than a little bit of wear right here and the infamous blue collar ring on the back pocket, I don't use smokeless tobacco, so whatever. But I think that looks pretty good. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments what you think. So I'm going to do this other one, match it up, and I'll be right back. All right, and here is the finished product for the other leg. So both of them hemmed. This one did give me a little trouble on this side. The thread got a little wonky in there, and I had to kind of go back over it again. Not exactly sure what happened. Hindsight, probably what I should have done is gone ahead and pressed the seam down. I probably would have made this part a little bit thinner. Not much, but just a little bit, because this is some pretty thick material. You have to understand, Carhartt denim is notoriously durable, and it's got flannel on the inside. So I've doubled that up, which is at a spot that's already doubled for the seam. So it's basically 4 layers of denim and flannel that, honestly, it kind of went through with no problem until right here. But that was probably operator error and not machine error, because, again, had I pressed this a little bit, it probably would have been fine. But and I just thought of something else that I would probably do differently now that I've been sitting here looking at this again. If I did this again, I would probably take this and trim it off, then fold it and sew it at that point. That way the material wouldn't be as thick, and I wouldn't be stuck with this little lip right here. But overall, I'm really happy with the way it came out. I haven't ever hemmed a pair of jeans. I've never had to. I always just bought the size I needed. Overall, I am super happy with these. The stitches look great. Yeah, I think this is going to hold up really well for what I need it to do, and now I won't be cold when I'm outside working. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, maybe share, tell a friend. I don't know. And if you're not listening to the podcast will be back in January and with new episodes. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great holiday, and cheers, y'all.